My name is Alison Boteler, and I've lived here since 1981. We moved here, I'm originally from Kansas City, and we moved here after 7 years on Long Island. I just graduated from college, and I was in business for myself, and my mother was my business partner. So we fell in love with this house, and we bought it at a time, interest rates were sky high. They were 18%, and the taxes at the time were high on this house. They were $4,000. My father died very suddenly in 1998. And it was about that same time that my mother almost dramatically developed Alzheimer's overnight. And at that point, my career sort of started to grind to a halt because I was becoming a 24/7 caregiver. At that time, our property taxes seemed really high because they were $7,500. And then in 2003, we were hit by a huge reval, and the property taxes went up to $15,000. At that point, I went down to the tax assessor's office and I said, is there any relief for someone like my mother? Anything we can do? This is like taking half her income. And they looked at me and said, your mother has a nice house. She could sell it and move to Arkansas. Now, my mother was just starting to have, memory issues, and she was so traumatized by this. The city of Bridgeport is going to deport me to Arkansas, and it was such a contentious issue that it came up every time I would talk to a realtor. We'd talk about selling the house. I mean, I was just getting even more stuck from that comment because she was just not going to be torn from her home to go someplace like Arkansas. We had another reval, and that was in 2008. And we were already starting to slide into a recession. And I think it was very unfairly handled by Vision Appraisal, where we were given, they appraised our house at about $830,000, when in actuality we'd been talking to realtors every year, almost every realtor in Fairfield County, and we knew the house was, nowhere near that value. And we went and we got an appraisal by Boldy Moore. It put us at $545, and when we tried to argue it, we had to get an attorney to do that. You can't really make much of a difference on your own, and we went up to New Britain and they knocked it down to $650. And then the next reval came, and they moved up our value again, when if anything it's been falling. So once again, we go to Boldy Moore and we say the house is worth $525, and we're fighting, $690 appraised value by the city. And they knocked it down a little bit back where it was, but we're now facing taxes that are $24,500 something. And I just wrote a check for over $12,000. And to give you an idea about our income, my mother makes like $33,000 a year on pension and Social Security. We've spent down all the savings, anything that could have earned extra income we had to use to stay in this house. And then we had to go to a reverse mortgage equity line to pay for the taxes on the house. So I'm estimating probably around $250,000 at least has gone into staying in this house for a woman on a fixed income. And it's kind of insanity when you think about it. In other states, they freeze the taxes on seniors or people on fixed incomes, but not in the state of Connecticut. It's like you're a source of revenue or something, and you're supposed to get out and leave. That's the message you get from our government. And I think it's wrong, and I think it should be fought. It should be fought all the way to the state capitol. And it's just a really sad thing, because I really don't think we're going to be able to stay in this house to see any change. I'm already packing up my things. I can't see paying another over $12,000 on a sinking ship. And what's really happened is we're having a mass drowning. We have all these houses that are going underwater. Many of them are losing 100% of their value. And it's kind of like the whole analogy that, when someone's drowning, they pull the person trying to save them down. And that's exactly what's happening to BlackRock. BlackRock is here to save Bridgeport, and they're being drowned. And that's what's happening here.